Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Lady. I just thought I'd pull out some more of my eyeshadow collection and show you guys some more of what I've actually been working with. I believe in my first collection I did a lot of my Too Faced palettes, and so I thought that I'd pull out a couple of more drawers, show you what I have. Some of them I've had for a little while now, and then some of them I've just recently acquired. So I thought I'd just shoot some of them off real quick for you here, make a quick video about the brands that some more of the brands that I have, the palettes that I have, and how I use them and why I use them, or compare them. So let's get started. Let's see here. So the majority of what is actually in these two drawers are Urban Decay. I do love the Urban Decay eyeshadows. Some of the collection I love more than others. I know that a lot of the reviews on some of the palettes lately have not been that good, but honestly, each one of the palettes that I have, I really do like for whatever reason. And I haven't had too much of a problem with any of them, but that's just me. And again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just, you know, a person that loves makeup, and so I follow the YouTubers the same way that you guys do too. And I pick up the things that I think I'm gonna like, and so far so good. I mean, your girl's got a lot of their stuff, and it pretty much works out for me, but that's, you know, good for me. Now, this palette right here, this is the Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and it took me a little while to pick this up because I really wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not, because y'all know it's boring. I mean, if you take a look at it here, sorry I'm blinding you, nothing but, you know, your basics as it's titled. So there's nothing really fabulous about it, but it's a good everyday palette. And I used to have the Naked Basics. I think it was 2. I didn't get the original 1. And I ended up actually giving that to my daughter because I thought it was so boring. I would use it during the day and, you know, just wear it for everyday work or whatever, but it really wasn't a palette for me. So then I ended up picking this up because I realized that maybe I do need these colors for like transitions and when I'm doing just a pop of color on the lid, but I need some brown to go in my crease. So I went on ahead and picked this up, and it's worked out really nice. It's basically a conglomerate of the two, the Basics 1 and the Basics 2 put together, at least for me. That's what it seems like. Anyway, next palette that I have is the Urban Decay Spectrum palette. I don't think that they offer this anymore. What is going on here? Don't you hear when you open something up and you just see like dust everywhere? Not like dust, I'm talking about like eyeshadow dust. Anyway, so this is the Spectrum palette. Really like this palette, lots of color, and I'm a colorful person. I do like to wear my red, green, purple, blue eyeshadows, all of those kind of things. So this one really worked out for me. The one thing that I did like about it is a lot of the Urban Decay eyeshadows I kind of wait on, so I'll cheat and I'll just wait until they go on sale, or, you know, I can get 20% off at Ulta because it now qualifies with that little, what is it, platinum coupon that they give you for 20% off of your total purchase, or even 20% off of one purchase item. So a lot of times I'll get all of my eyeshadow palettes and things like that through either the Platinum Rewards program, through Ulta. I'll build my points up, and I'll cash everything in all at one time because that's the best bang for your buck. Guys, if you have the Platinum Rewards, let it build up. And when you see like you've got $120, $140, even if there's a shadow palette that you want that's $45, I know it's tempting. Don't cash in just $45 because you're cheating yourself out of money, because once they take that $45 off, they're actually removing points. And the more points that you have, you go into a higher dollar tier. So you want to actually use them all at one time. So if I can give anybody a tip out there right now, it's use your Platinum Rewards points, the dollars that you have built up, use them all at one time. Don't kind of piecemeal them out, because you're really cheating yourself out of a better savings. Anyway, I got all off on a tangent on something else. I do that a lot. But anyway, the next palette that I have, this is the Urban Decay. It just says eyeshadow palette. It really doesn't say anything else on here. But I got this one too, and I think I only got this thing for like 18 bucks. But I really love these eyeshadows, and I like this compact because you can take it with you on a trip, just throw it into whatever bag you're carrying, and you really don't have to worry about it. So you've got some nice pops of color in there, and all you really need to do is bring a transition palette if you want to, you know, so that you have something for those creases. Then I just recently picked up this Ciate London palette. It's called Pretty Fun and Fearless, and it's the Chloe Morello, I think I'm saying her name right, palette. And they actually released this sometime at the end of the year last year, and I didn't pick it up, but they re-released it, so I ended up getting this. And this is a nice everyday palette too, because you know you've got a lot of your transition and crease shades here, and then you've got some nice foiled shades here that you can, and shimmer shades that you can put onto your lid. So I really do like this one for everyday also. Going back to, of course, Urban Decay, I've got their Moon Dust palette, and I really do love the glitter shades that are in here. So let me just show you guys those. I'm sure that everybody's familiar with these things right now. You know, they've been out on the market for a long time, and I do like these, but I do also want to let you know that I did pick up the glitter palette from Too Faced just recently. And I know that some of the colors in here are repeat colors, but I did pick it up because it's got that dark base, and then it's got the white base here, so you can kind of make some transitions. I don't even know if you can see that really good. You can make some transitions with these really good from light to dark. But the one thing that I do like about them is they do actually offer some different shades outside of, let me see if I can maybe get that to work there. They do offer some different colors that are not in the Moon Dust palette. So these colors right here, kind of like this blue, the green, purple here, and the pink, the pinky reddish color, are all down here. They're kind of duplicate. But there are some light pink and some gold shades that are actually in this Too Faced palette that you can't get in your Moon Dust. So if you're a glitter person and you want a little bit more glitter, because you can never have too much glitter, go ahead and pick it up. And yes, if you don't use the palette right, there will be fallout. So just remember that these are pressed glitters, both of them, the Moon Dust and the Too Faced glitter palette. So just make sure that you're using a glitter base with them when you put them on your lid. And you want to press them in, not actually work them in like a regular eyeshadow. So as long as you're pressing that in and you're doing it over a really tacky base, it'll be good. I've never had a problem with either one of the palettes. I know that, you know, I've listened to some of the YouTubers in reference to having some issues or some problem with the fallout. And so, you know, if you're a person that is new to makeup or doesn't, you know, really apply well, then what I would do is just leave your foundation and all of that off. Go ahead and do your eye work first, and then put your base and all of the rest of your face on. So one thing to do. Also, I did get this on sale as well, which is the Gwen Stefani palette. I'm going to stop doing that because I think I'm blinding you guys. But I like this one too. Again, it's just nice to have because there's a lot of different transition colors in here. Only a few pops of color. It's really, to me, a basic and a boring palette. I mean, I'm not saying that it's boring. Well, yes, I am saying it's boring. It's just an everyday palette, you know. And you've got some nice shades in here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the transition colors. I love the crease colors in here. And then a lot of the shimmers I do like Baby. It's a nice shimmer that I do like to wear. But, I mean, it's an everyday palette, guys. It's just everyday. So, nothing really major. And then last year, I can't remember at what time, I did pick this Vice palette up. Once again, of course, your girl got it on sale. I think I got this thing for like 30 or 35 bucks at Sephora when it went on sale. So I did pick this up. Nice pops of color here. I don't find that I reach for this palette too much though, because even though it's got a lot of nice colors in it, to me, when I'm on my way into work, and I'm one of those people, I really don't think about my eye color and all of that when I'm on my way in. So I just want something that I can throw on, kind of have everything that I need right there, not have to worry about reaching for a bunch of palettes just for time's sake. I mean, on the weekends when I have some time to really sit down and blow my eyes out, or, you know, if I'm focusing on my lips, I'll do that as well. But that just doesn't seem like a palette that I reach for that much, because it's a little bit, you know, it's too much trouble to try to put a look together. Full spectrum palette. I really love this palette. I know a lot of people say that it's not that pigmented and, you know, they don't enjoy it, but I do, and I do for the fact that it's not that pigmented. They're right. But what I do like about this palette here is the fact that the colors, you can build them. So it's not like the electric palette where, of course, I have that palette too, but this palette is a little bit different from the electric palette, and I'm reaching for it right now since I'm talking about it. But this one, boy, I mean, you don't even have to put that much on your brush to get a nice color payoff from these. So this one, if you're looking for pigment and a little bit to work with, a little goes a long way with this. You want to tap lightly into this stuff, whereas with this one, I really don't have to worry about it, because I know that I can build it. I can smudge it out if I put a little bit too much in there sometimes, but for the most part, you can build this color up. This one, guys, you're going to start off right off the bat with the color payoff. I believe that I am still seeing this. I just saw this somewhere. Oh, I know where it was. Haute Look. Haute Look had Urban Decay on there as of, I believe it started yesterday, I want to say, either yesterday or today. So if you like shopping at hautelook.com, I would encourage you to go there right now, because I think they have these palettes on sale for like 23 bucks or something like that. And I did get this on sale as well, because they were on sale, like I think last year sometime, at Ulta, and they were also at Sephora, but they have since been sold off of their sites and no longer offered. So you can still catch this one at Haute Look right now. Again, I think it's like 23 or 24 bucks, something like that. So catch it if you can. I highly recommend it. The other Urban Decay that I have is the After Dark palette. I did say I was going to stop to hold these things up because you guys are just getting blinded by my ring light. But the After Dark palette, and I haven't really used this one that much either. I mean, they are great colors, stunning, and they go on really well also. But I think because, you know, the colors, the palette is actually what I call pops of color, and so you actually need to have something else that you're working with as far as transition shades and all of that. So again, this is kind of something that I use on the weekends and in the evenings for a special event or something like that, but not anything that I'm using on a day regular basis. I mean, come on, the title says After Dark, so I'm not trying to create an after dark look when I'm going to work. So, you know, it has its place. Still sticking with Urban Decay. I got a lot of their stuff, man. So I did like this Alice Through the Looking Glass. I'm not so much into all of this heavy packaging that they have, how this thing opens up, and yes, there's a mirror there. You know, y'all, I told you before, I'm like 40. How old am I? I'm 45. I'll be 46 in like a month. So anyway, I mean, I don't know who this is marketed to, but I mean, it's pretty, but I have no use for it. I really would have just loved if I could have just got this with a mirror, you know. So this, I mean, come on now, the colors look great. There's a lot of transition shades in there, crease shades. You got a brow bone shade in there, You can use some of these for liners as well. So I really do like this palette. I can create a look, you know, in a couple of minutes with this palette. So this gets reached for when I need to go to work. Don't have to worry about it. The only thing is I just don't like this big packaging, this heavy, bulky packaging. Not only that, it takes up a lot of space in my drawer. So now that means that now that I have no space in my drawer, I have to go and buy more drawers because I'm not going to stop buying palettes because I don't have enough room. I'm just going to buy more drawers. So, getting a little bit off of the Urban Decay now, since these two drawers are basically my Urban Decay palettes, but I did also purchase the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean. I guess, you know, I figured I liked the Looking Glass so much that I would give Lorac a try with their movie themed eyeshadow palette. This one, not so much, and not such a hit. Again, the bulky packaging I really don't care for. The shadows are good as far as the quality of the shadows. There's a lot of fallout with them, and so this is one of the ones that, you know, you have to do your eye work basically first, or lay something underneath your eyes to make sure that you don't have that fallout. And it's got a lot of good colors in here, but it's a little on the boring side, and so I just don't reach for it that much. And again, it is just really big and bulky as well. So it's not something that I would travel with, not something that I reach for on a daily basis, but when I see it in there and I see some of the colors, it does make me want to pull it out so that I can use it. Not crazy about all the fallout that comes with it though. But hey, it's just, you know, a price of, I guess, dealing with eyeshadow. So the next one that I have is, of course, the Naked Smoky palette from Urban Decay. And I bought this palette too on sale. I think I got this for $23, I want to say. And so these are just all of your basic smoky shadows that you would use to do a smoky eye. I reach for this palette every now and then when I want to do like a dark gray smoky look, and then I'll throw some glitter on top of the lid on top of that. But I'm really not a smoky eye kind of gal, but every now and then I'll reach for this just to do a look, just to, you know, shock myself and see what else I can do to make myself look different. You know, every now and then you want to go for a different look. And then the most recent one that I do like is the Urban Decay Heat. And I do like this palette. I love all of the colors in it. Let's see here. I'm trying to get it up there. I'm sorry, guys, if that ring light is just killing you. But I do like the Urban Decay. It is a lot like the Sunset palette from Natasha Denona. I do have that palette as well. And surprisingly enough, I can create a lot of the same looks with this palette that I can with the Natasha Denona palette. And so I feel like this was a really great buy. I do feel like the colors are really good. I love the pigments in it. What I do like the most is, you would think that as dark as they are, that it, you know, you would put it on and probably mess your eye makeup up because you put too much on. But again, these are buildable colors, it seems like. So I am finding that I have a great affinity for eyeshadow palettes that are pigmented, but not to the point of where, you know, you have to really lightly go into that thing. I do like something where I can actually put my brush into it, just tap it off a little, and then go in and know that when I put it on there, I'm just not going to put on so much eyeshadow that I'm going to mess my whole look up. These are buildable, and so you can create the look that you want and not feel like you're going to mess it up. So I do recommend this for somebody who's starting out. Whereas the Natasha Denona palette, you want to use a light hand with that one. It does have a little bit of fallout on some of the pigments in the colors, and they are very pigmented, so there's not a lot of playroom for error. So outside of that, the only other things that I have, guys, are I do have a lot of the Bare Minerals loose pigments for eyeshadows, and I do love those. I have all these neutral colors in the side that where I can't put another palette, but it's just small enough to where I can put some of those shadows in there. Oh, and I think the last one is I do have my NYX palette, which is the NYX Bright palette. Let me stop killing you guys once again. So let's see if we can get that in there. So that is my NYX Bright palette. I do like this. I was using this before I got my Urban Decay palettes, the full spectrum palette as well as the electric palette. I do like these as well. Sometimes when I don't want to fool around with, you know, very pigmented colors and I just want to do wash up color and trying to build it up, this is the go-to for that. One thing that I don't like about this shadow though is that it does sometimes make my eyes a little bit itchy, and I think that's because of some of the ingredients in here, unfortunately. So got to be really careful with these because some people who have sensitive eyes, or if you wear contact lenses like I do, you may run into that problem. And the last palette that I have in here, which really isn't an eyeshadow palette at all, but I threw it in here because it's part of my Urban Decay collection, is I do have the Naked Skin Shapeshifter. And I actually I find that I like the powder side more so than the cream side. So you do have this cream side that they give you here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe if I turn it around. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the cream side is good, but I think when I do my contouring, I actually prefer to do powder as opposed to cream. So I've been using the powder side of this a lot more. But I also have a sculpting palette by, I believe it's Too Faced, and it's one of the older ones. It's like the 4 chocolate. It's like a deep cocoa, light cocoa or something, and then they've got the highlighters in there. And I actually prefer that a little bit more to this Urban Decay. I think that, at least for me, on my skin, it smooths out a little bit better and kind of blends a little bit better when I'm trying to contour, as opposed to this one. I have to work a little bit more with my brushes to make sure that this is smooth. So I just wanted to make a quick video, really quick for you guys, just to show you a little bit more of my eyeshadow collection. And so I thought I'd highlight Urban Decay tonight, and a little bit more of Too Faced. Lorac was in there. We got some Ciate, NYX cosmetics, and I think that's pretty much it. So thanks you guys for watching. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to mention that, you know, I am a new YouTuber, which is evident from the amount of subscribers that I do have, but I do appreciate the ones that I do have. So if you do like this video and you would like to see more, please click on the like button. I would love if you would subscribe to my channel so that I can chat with you guys a little bit more, share my passion for makeup, and just keep you updated on what's going on with me. Put some comments down below because I would love to get your feedback and what you thought about the video, some things that you would like to see, and so that we can keep this relationship going. So again, coming to you tonight is Lady C. Thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed my collection, and yes, I have more. So again, hit the like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a good night.